is all of that availability for them to scale rush and move around and escape potential mess ups that they make during their engagements. Mike here, over here by Bush Village, just looking to get a little bit of loot under his belt. We see EWG's Arano as well, doing the same. Sees Mike in the distance, doesn't quite want to engage just yet, as we continue to see these players just space out. Nobody engaging just yet as we turn over to Alliance. Frostivus and WBG Spider. These are two players, man, at Worlds. These guys love to go head to head with each other, and Frostivus taking control of the situation here, into the grapple bump, into the re-uppercut, the heaven step coming through with the charged RMB coming out. Roy Shishi coming in to save the day for WBG Spider. So unfortunate, the target select on Roy Shishi, saving WBG Spider and putting Frostivus in a terrible situation. The Fireflies coming through for Roy Shishi early, allowing him to go ahead and pop that ultimate, take control of the fight, and is going to send Alliance's Frostivus back to the Soul Altar. Oh my goodness, you hate to see it happen. Roy Shishi does our boy Frostivus dirty.
Oh, that's gotta be so frustrating. But Roy Shishi now with that Akos ultimate will be able to find 2 pounce grabs onto PST. Absolutely shredding through all of that armor. Finds the uppercut connection onto PST as well before he's able to put himself on top of that ceiling. And Scale Rush dash away from the Akos. Third party comes on through from JLAS. And Roy Shishi was used to third partying. Now he is the third partied, as AS steals away the kill and turns it onto the Akos. 1-2 into uppercut into Tesser ultimate. When you're stuck on the ground, uppercut now coming on through from Roy Shishi. Has to utilize that time though to book it back on top of that urn, find the interaction, and then come in with his ultimate and look to control the spacing as another player has showed on up. Everyone being drawn into these engagements. AS caught in the middle does go down, but still Roy Shishi not able to find the kill. Will be able to find the bloom, turning it onto XSY, gets another uppercut confirmation connection onto the Sheol this time around. Immediately decides, upon seeing the ultimate activation, to just kite the fight for as long as you possibly can. Takes a little bit of damage coming through from those jump horizontals of XXY, but by kiting the fight here to these buildings, he's going to be able to immediately scale rush out, and Spider actually stepping in front of the Sheol resets that Viper teleport directly on top of his Akos head and allows Roy Shishi the disengagement tool to get a reset of the zone and then potentially come back in and get the kill. But no, it's Wolf CDY with another successful third party of the engagement. Locks it down, catches onto XXY, and Spider in the ultimate is vulnerable. Spider might actually be out of this lobby as he goes in with the ultimate, just trying to play for his life as long as he possibly can. He's an absolute sliver of health. He's being chased down. He thought he was finding sanctuary on the inside, but he just runs into XCG's Wang Liang and has to continue just scale rushing through all of these buildings so as not to be locked down.
He's Spider, able to get away, able to do what he does best. The Spider-Man on the ceiling, keep it alive. CDY coming in here, trying to clean up the elimination onto Wang Liang, who's going to be forced off of by EWG's Arano, and then BBE's Roy Hee trying to come in and clean it up, but Arano is able to pick it up in the final moments there. Things just absolutely going crazy here. It's turning into straight Fight Club. Spider hasn't even left this area since the beginning of the game, Moxie. Roy Shishi still trying to keep the pressure up on the WVG Spider. Gonna take a moment to get the pot here, but he's got that ultimate double charges. I'm gonna come over and interfere into the fight here. Wants to turn that pressure onto Spider, who disappears. The man, the myth, the legend, able to just completely disappear, but CDY able to lock it down on him. Roy Shishi trying to go on the backside, hoping Spider is going to potentially loop around that way, but CDY and Roy Shishi both burning those ultimates off as we see Spider just continue to play ring around the rosy and get away from these players. Spider knows CDY is going to see that cooldown coming in off of the ultimate now. He's going to find himself in a vulnerable position. Spider wanting to capitalize on it here will come in, but it's EWG's Arano who sneaks the kill out yet again, Moxie.
Bow shot directly to the dome. CDY falls. Spider yet again loses out on another kill. This time around, he's going to try and put the chase onto Roy Shishi. Sees Arano, decides to actually hang a little bit back, so Arano's now the player in the middle. We can see the Shale look to try and put Spider as aerial as possible. The ultimate comes on through. Spider overholding that focus into the Shadow Step to keep the pressure onto the Shale. Utilizing the ultimate now from that ACOS to continue just keeping this fight going as much as he can. Anticipate Serrano, utilizing the building as cover, going for the double jump so that the Shale isn't able to find the teleport connection. Spider even utilizing the last of the jumps on that ACOS ultimate to avoid the follow-through teleport Shale attack. Great use of ACOS ultimate there to dodge out of that hit confirmation. And we're now going to see the neutral fight fall back into the favor of the ACOS with that damage reduction on the F. Spider has to be careful, though. Another player in the area immediately losing all of that shielding that he'd just been able to pick on up. Oh, Spider goes down. I'm so sorry, my friend. I just cast a curse to you.
Spider's still in it though, right? He still has that resurrection. It just means he might not be able to aggressively pressure into that first realm of Yang like he wants to. TE's Jux here just trying to break away from this fight entirely. He doesn't have anything in the back pocket to take that fight. Spider already back up on his feet here on the other edge of the map here, not too far from where he went down, looking to come in here, potentially pick up some loot, maybe find some scraps for himself. He does have a purple hangsword back under his belt immediately already off the rip though. So Spider not in that bad of a position. If he can get some armor underneath of him, he might be able to head into a realm of Yang. Yeah, it looks like he's going to. If he was able to find some Fireflies that people hadn't been able to maximize just yet, Spider should pressure in to this realm of Yang, take that 1v1 where he's aggressively going to be able to use that ultimate to his advantage here. And it looks like here we're going to have OUG's Mike versus Alliance Frostivus in our first realm of Yang, ladies and gentlemen. Frostivus here coming topside, looking to make some bow shots, is able to connect a little something onto Mike, but nothing crazy. Mike trying to do the same with the pistol. Frostivus setting up for the scale rush there with the nunchucks. Unfortunately, he's going to miss, and Mike is going to take advantage of that. Coming to the back, Frostivus here going to freeze himself out here, so Mike can't get any extra damage. He will find the follow-up R&B off of the nunchucks. Mike finds the parry, though, onto Frostivus, into the carousel, into the bump, into the left click aerial there. Frostivus feeling forced to burn. The ultimate is able to get the freeze, gets a little bit of damage, but we are going to see the shield come through here, and Mike is going to be able to come out on top. Frostivus is going to be sent back out to look for Soul Bloom.
Yeah, off screen as well. Spider did actually take a realm of Yang. I don't think anyone's won that one yet. He was up against TE, so we'll have to keep an eye on wherever. Oh no, he lost. Unfortunate. WBD Spider having to revisit the Soul Altar. TE's Jux able to come out on top and claim that Vermilion Bird's Might. And this aggression that we've seen at the beginning of this match, it's not slowing down anytime soon. Frostivus not slowing down this rotation into the zone, which means that he does have a body stashed somewhere. Yeah, JL's AS going down. Frostivus is going to take a lot of corruption tick damage, but will be able to continue on in the lobby without having to make himself a target, which is unfortunately the position that Spider finds himself in currently. Uses the ACOS ultimate very early on in that fight as well. XTG's Wang Liang just going to be waiting to see if you can try and run the clock on that one out. No, Justina Freeze connecting onto the ACOS. Spider taking a lot of damage. We'll be able to find one pounce, get a little bit of a refresh up on those shields. Justina Dash now unfortunately missing Spider the second time around. That's the ultimate now removed entirely on the side of XCG's Wang Liang. Start to see other teams' icons showing up on the minimap as well, which means the third-party potential starts to increase. And indeed, it does look like DBE's Roy Shisha is starting to make his way into the fray. The cannon shot coming on through, seeing that both of these players had tried to take cover inside this building and disguise the fight that was going on. But the jig is up. Spider now using the Shadow Step to be able to dodge around the cannon damage. Wants to keep the pressure and himself as close as he possibly can to XCG's Wang Liang. He doesn't need to be the one to get the kill, but if he shadows this Justina, when she falls, he might be able to sweep in and steal the Soul Bloom before another player can get it. Unfortunately for him, having to stay in this aggressive position and keep the fight turned onto this Justina is going to mean that when Wang Liang goes down, everyone's going to turn onto the ACOS instead. This is really risky, especially since Spider just got grapple cancelled and lost that back position right behind Wang Liang, who's been able to make it away. And Mike, with his target denied, turns on to WBT Spider, who's right next to him instead.
Oh my goodness, you hate to see it. Spider here today. You know, he's in 4th place, but still having a rough go of it. This is definitely not the performance Spider wants to have for himself. But Mike now here on some shrooms, trading blows with JJH's XXY, goes in for the teleport, not quite able to, or sorry, yeah, goes in for the teleport, XXY trading for him as well, but both of them in the zone. Mike just gonna go down to the zone tick, but Mike can afford to take this, right? He's got the Vermilion Bird's Eye underneath the belt here. He's just gonna res it back into XXY's face. XXY still on the zone tick here. Oh my goodness, though he's got to be careful. Mike knows XXY also can turn it right back around on him. He's trying to draw this fight away from the Soul Altar so he can create some space post this, and there it is. He gets the free elimination, the trade for trade there. Is Mike gonna rush it back in? No, XXY is gonna opt not to take the fight here at the Soul Altar, even though Mike is at half health and is very quickly gonna be in the heal depletion there. XXY just decides to pressure away. Alliance's Frostivus here trading blows. Oh my goodness, immediately goes down to Jux from Team TE, but Jux gonna get parried out there, and the legendary pole sword he was wielding turned back onto him by Roy Shishi.
Oh, Justina V2 does manage to find the connection onto Roy Shisha. Jux coming in, will be able to find the follow-up V2 as well once that freeze invulnerability frame has ended. Unfortunately, that Frostivus, it looks like he got caught out with the bow. You can't parry with a ranged weapon, which is why we saw the full send of the pole sword. Normally, you either come in off of Skarash with pole sword, so that you can just immediately hit in with the biggest chunk of damage potentially done off of a Skarash, or if it's in trios, you rely off of the light stagger setup. But if your opponent has a bow right in front of you, yeah, every single day of the week, you just full send that. So speaking about bow, we're getting to see a little bit of that action coming on through from XXY. This is the replay of his Realm of Yang fight. Skarash coming on through. Sheol with that longsword, just making sure to keep the space as close as possible. The ultimate now comes on through as well immediately. Backstepping into the follow-up carousel combo of that longsword, coming off of the back of the charge vertical, and we get another shadow step connection onto XXY as he just is able to keep that pressure continuously against the Sheol. Sheol versus Sheol is such a fun matchup to watch, but it just gets so hard for these players to follow when you have both players running that teleport option of breaking the shield. So it really does become just making sure to keep a track of your opponent. And it's not quite as simple as it is with something like the Hung Sword Shadow Step, which you can just turn your camera to the left because Shadow Step always brings the character to the right.
Yeah, speaking of which, we're heading right back into the Realm of Yang for JJH's XXY, and this time it's going to be against OUG's Mike. Mike coming in here on the Sheol as well. A little bit of the match going forward. Mike looking to find something with the pistol. He's able to find a little bit of a bump there off of one of the grapples, but not a ton of damage. Needs to be careful. That legendary fan in the back pocket of XXY here. XXY going to invest the F already. Coming through. Mike going to use the opportunity as soon as he sees it clear and just takes complete control of this Realm of Yang. Mike not quite at ult position just yet. A little bit more rage and he's going to have it. There it is. There's no point for him not to pop it when it comes through. We're going to see the juggle coming through. XXY really trying to turn it back onto Mike, but there it is. Mike's gonna pop it, return the favor to XXY, just looking for an opportunity to really clutch this out here. XXY going out of blocks here, and there it is. Mike holding onto the F this entire time, finds the opening needs, and is gonna clean up the Realm of Yang against XXY. OUG's Mike, 6 eliminations. He comes into the day with a bang, and he's looking to leave the day with another big bang.
Well, he's leaving this Realm of Yang with a legendary Hong Sword. And the White Tiger's Prowess. So all of the heals, plus, no way was that a free Morris Bus, just right outside the Realm of Yang. Why? This guy really has plot armor. This is what I feel like whenever I watch Mike. Like, it's just his understanding of positioning and where to kite fights is just second to none at the moment. He really is the world champion for a reason. So we can see Mike with that White Tiger's Prowess immediately turning onto XXY. Sheol versus Sheol. Yet again, ultimates coming through as we can have a look at the bottom right and see XEG managing to make their way to one of those Stash Soul Blooms and cleanse that Yang depletion. Mike falling through that hole in the roof. This is what we're talking about, right? Taking the fight into somewhere where he's going to be at an advantage. Already he's identified, okay, there's a blue armor reset potentially on that beam. And as long as I play to double jump over XXY, he tries to engage in with the F2, I'm going to be able to avoid it. Does take a little bit of damage on the drop down to the last couple of frames of that F2, but takes the fight inside the building to be able to set up the scale rush, and immediately comes in with an F2 combo of his own, breaks it out early to be able to go into the grapple bump combination of that Hung Sword follow-up, and immediately is able to shred all of the shielding. XXY now going to be doing the exact same thing with the grapple bump into charged vertical of the fan, looking to use the breach of that pulse sword to catch on to Mike before he's fully able to run away. Both of these players going to have to be incredibly cautious. XCG's Wang Liang is on the scene. Has he spotted the fight that's going down, and does he decide to try and throw his hat into the ring? Mike not able to find the connection of the F2. It's a lot easier to be able to dodge when you are able to double jump or grapple above it, which is why I think for the majority we're going to see it used as an extension of those combos, already locking these players into position. Mike now with that Hung Sword, looking to try and duel down XXY onto the low ground. Eats a little bit of the damage from the charged vertical hitbox, connecting onto the Sheol's feet, but does manage to eventually find the kill as XCG's Wang Liang just floats gracefully down, spots out the Sheol. Has he decided to make like a Peregrine Falcon and go for a 90 miles per hour dive? No, he's going to give Mike the space.
All of these armor swaps coming in for Mike in that last fight is just very reminiscent of the game we had last year, where Mike continued to find purple armors that he was just hiding in bushes, and DRG's Akuma, now Fang, constantly just is shaking the purple armors out from underneath of him. Mike really always just has an understanding of where he's going to be able to find an armor swap. This is something he does, right? He scopes out areas as he's looting and purposely leaves unwanted loot behind in those areas, make sure that all of those troves are open, and remembers where they are. Like you said, positions himself where he knows he's going to be able to find all of those armor swaps if that fight goes south there with our boy XXY, and sure enough it does, and he's able to find like 4 armor swaps in that one engagement with XXY, and XXY is finally forced to just back up and go, fine, you can have it, I'll go reset and take a heal. I can't deal with the infinite armor swap that is OUG's Mike.
He's just a magnet. Every single time, like, Mike is just a magnetic force for all of the loot, and he just gravitationally pulls it towards him. But he can always be at an advantage no matter what happens. And it means that when these fights do go on long, when the third party comes through, he's never that player who's in the vulnerable position, or if he gets turned on to, all he has to do is kite out that attention for like 5 seconds, make it out to the loot that he's kept stashed, find that swap, and immediately just disappear, because no one's going to turn on to a player who has a full armor reset if there's someone who's lacking. Maybe they have a purple, but it's not fully charged up. Speaking about not fully charged up, Mike doesn't have a fully charged ultimate just yet, so he's not actually deciding to take the fight. This is something that we have. Yeah, he's kiting it over. He's kiting it over to this exact area so that he has a blue armor reset, a purple armor reset, all of the insides of this building to scare us off of. And the second that immediately it's spotted out that Mike took this fight over to that area, they turn off of Mike and they turn on to Wang Liang instead.
Oh my goodness. Here we go. The Banes coming in yet again. We didn't see a lot of these Banes really interfering in the last 2 games. We did see it a lot in games 1 through 3. Finally, we're going to see one come through, but Wang Liang and Arano here very quickly moving away from it. Mike just Bane surfing inside the zone. He's got access to that Morris Blessing entirely to himself. He's more than happy to let these 2 players do get out here while he upgrades his kit to a set of legendary armor and whatever else is in that box. Wang Liang here on a little bit of a back foot. The pole sword putting in quite a bit of damage. Oh my goodness, the blistering edge is huge from Arano as he's able to come in and pick that up. And now we are, by the way, Arano moving up into 3rd place, 7-7. Whoever comes out on top of this fight is going to be your MVP, Moxie.
Yeah, but crucially, because Mike was Bane surfing for that engagement, he doesn't use ult. Arano had to use ultimate to be able to confirm the kill onto Justina. And he's going to be going through a lot of those resources as well, because Zone, Corruption Tick, ignores shielding. No worries, we have Tuna. There we go, that's the bingo custom. Entire full row. Tuna.
There we go, yep.
and you don't have to root through all of your resources. You simply just have to use the rest emote. What a good soul jade. As it looks like we're getting just a little bit of downtime. Neither of these players fully understand. No way did he get the arachnid melee poison jade. Oh, and it's attached to a legendary pole sword, not pole sword, tongue sword. This is gonna be, this is gonna be really problematic because it's the Sheol 1v1. Mike already has ultimate, and even if you do get your ultimate online, if that poison tick starts eating your health bar, you can't shield through it. Mike has high ground control as well at the moment. He's really trying to get a read on where this last player is. You can see him just scoping out all of the purple bushes. He's figured out where the fight's gone, because that body wasn't there before. So he knows that there's someone nearby. The question is, where exactly have we ran off to? There's purple bush inside hit. No. What's behind door number 3? Absolute thin air. Oh, never mind. He got a Valiant Challenges, so he's immediately going to be able to get all of the locations of the players around him, pinging off sort of like a miniature Mystic Might, as we're going to see the 1v1 finally at the gates of Temple start to go down. Both of these players looking to come in with a little bit of range damage. As we can see, Arano with that pistol looking to shred and even up the armor discrepancy between the two. There it is. The Arachnid Soul Jade on the melee. And all Mike has to do is utilize the F2 to absolutely send Arano careening. Home run battered. Just keep them in the zone. Don't allow them to heal through the Arachnid damage. Keep applying the pressure. Take the fight on to Cliffside so that even if they can skirmish back in, you still get the hits to keep that poison tick up. And Arano thankfully is able to break away for a little bit to put himself onto the high ground and get one Vitalia off. Has the blistering edge on the pole sword. Was able to apply a little bit of that damage to Mike charging up the scale rush. Isn't able to fully commit, however, as he has to immediately cancel it out to get that health bar back. In the meantime, he had to go for a blue armor reset too. That is how far the pressure of the Soul Jade has put him. Arano with his back against the wall gets hit into the grapple bump coming through from Mike, sent into the zone corruption tick damage with no choice. The Sheol is forced into utilizing the ultimate and the hyper armor on the focus strike, using one teleport to get behind Mike, but Mike is able to tap dodge. The blistering edge held around the corner connects onto Mike, but he's still got full shield, full health, and every single melee hit that Mike connects just keeps the poison tick applied onto poor Arano. There's absolutely nothing the Sheol can do. Surely one F2 connection comes through. He's only got one Vitalia left. He puts himself aerial. I think he just wants to try and go down. No, he goes for a little bit of a hide around the building. Mike continues applying the pressure, does not allow the Sheol to skirmish up of the ceiling. You can still see that poison cloud surrounding poor EWG's Arano. Has he been able to activate too? Nah, no, he had to cancel out of it early to keep the focus onto Mike, who continues to apply pressure. The blistering edge connects onto Mike, puts him outside of that zone. The scale rush coming on through from Arano doesn't find the full connection that he's looking for. He cancels out early in case Mike looks to parry, but he's been able to live through the gauntlet that Mike has put down with that poison tick Soul Jade at the cost of every single Vitalia that is available to Arano right now. Mike under pressure takes a little bit of time to get a reset off, comes on through, trying to challenge that space with the F2 now being utilized, tap dodging away from Arano in case it's the blistering edge. Hong sword against pole sword. Both of these players looking for a bit of downtime. Mike tap dodging backwards, avoids the blistering edge. Coming on out from Arano, gets the mechanical melees onto the Sheol as well to activate that poison tick. And we go right back to square one, only this time Arano does not have the resources to be able to keep healing through it. Mike continuing to apply the pressure, not going to allow any reset opportunity. But Arano with the blistering edge connection yet again bats Mike back. Arano with the downtime applies another 2 nods to be able to get a full health reset. Charging up the focus strike on the pulse, looking to utilize the F2 to blitz Mike outside of the zone, even swapping over to the bow to keep the damage coming like an absolute sliver, having to utilize the tree to obscure his vision before he can close up the distance and come in with an F2 of the Sheol of his own. Now under fire and pressure, wanting to kite these fights. Has he been able to find a reset? Has he been able to kite to the purple armor? No!